Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is a two-headed giant modern match. I'm taking out my modern artifacts deck because the guy in the upper left-hand side, I just played a match against him, and he is most likely playing the same deck that he did in the last match, which means he's playing a mill deck. And if you've seen my artifact decks in the past, you know that my artifact decks are ridiculously difficult to mill because they're so damn big. And it looks like my partner also has a ginormous deck, which is good. Nope, I'm gonna keep. Minimize that, and here we go. Now, I will look a little bit foolish if the guy in the upper left-hand corner isn't playing his mill deck, but I highly doubt that he switched decks. We beat him in the last match because my partner was running a black-red vampire deck, and I was playing mono-white life gain. Shriekhorn. Fighting fire with fire. I wonder if my partner knew about this guy as as I did, and it just so happens that that guy has the smallest deck. Oh, I wonder if he's raging right now that he's being milled. Granted, my partner can't mill him too much, but you know, red. He wasn't playing red in his mill deck the last time unless he was mana screwed in red. So he might actually be playing another deck. But it's still poetic justice. You play a mill deck and you get milled. And for a second there, I thought he had skipped his own turn. And it's happened to everybody. You know, at least I think it has. You know, it's just one of those things when you accidentally hit F6 one too many times. But, you know, it typically doesn't happen the longer that you play Magic Online. Oh, I should have played Bojuka Bog. Damn it. I'm an idiot. Maybe I'll get lucky, and I'll pull another land that I can play, but damn it. I still haven't gotten used to playing with Bojuka Bog in this deck. The only reason it's in here is to fill out the mana curve. I had been running it, and there just wasn't enough land for it to be consistent, so I threw in Bojuka Bogs, because their ability is nice to have, and on top of that, you know, since it's an artifact deck, it really doesn't matter what color the mana is. So here's hoping to draw land. Oh, he's playing too. Interesting. He has it. My partner has it. I have it. Money, money, money. And I really liked Blood Tithe. I played that in my deck, my black and green deck, a lot back when M11... Was that the first time it was printed in M11? I was playing Standard... I was playing Friday Night Magic around that time. I can't remember, but I played that a lot because a lot of the guys at the card shop I went to liked to play Two-Headed Giant because it was something different. Most of the tournaments that I've ever played in that weren't that particular card shop were all 1v1s. And to be honest, that gets boring after a while. And also, to be honest, that's one of the things that I don't like since I've come back to Magic Online, is there are so few people that want to play multiplayer anymore. You know, I don't know where they went. Sorry, that was my cell phone. I don't know where the players went. We used to have, it was like a group that would show up at a certain time of night. We'd just all happen to be playing at the same time. It wasn't like we scheduled it. But, you know, it was kind of a meeting of people who enjoyed playing multiplayer all at the same time, and we'd play, you know, 6-player free-for-alls, and we'd run silly decks like having to have a minimum number of cards in our deck of 250 cards, just, you know, just to add a little spice to playing the game. And I don't know where those guys went to. I haven't seen many of the people that I used to play with since the new version of Magic Online came out. And I wonder whether it's because they don't like the way it is now, or whether they stopped playing. But it is a lot more difficult to find people who want to play multiplayer on Magic Online now. And when you do get multiplayer matches, they're typically standard or modern. And another format that I really miss is the 4-player Commander. It was basically a requirement back then that you played Commander in a 4-player match. You know, there wasn't one-on-one Commander, and there wasn't, you know, free-for-all Commander. I kind of miss that format. So far, this match has been pretty slow, which I don't exactly mind. This deck isn't really a fast deck unless, you know, unless I get a hand that is ridiculous. You know, if I get Tron in my opening hand, then things can get crazy fast. Or get crazy fast. Not crazy fast. But typically it's a slow build. I can get things out that can be pretty nasty early. I just love the picture on. You know, I love the art on this card. My little goblin guy carrying a giant platter full of food for the dragon. And yes, I would like to choose artifacts. because the shoveler has decided that it doesn't want to give me land. But thanks to the cloud key, I can throw down Golem's Eye next turn. If I were to get a land, it would be even better, because then I'd be able to tap for 4, play Golem's Eye, have 1 floating, tap it for 2, and play Bottled Cloister as well. And Bottled Cloister is, it's not a very good card. I'll give it that right now. But it works really, really well in this deck because it's a personal Howling Mine. It lets me draw cards, and I don't let anybody else draw cards. And also, because it's an artifact deck, I don't have instants. So I'm not losing the opportunity to play anything by, exiling my hand during my opponent's turns. And also, as a little bonus to that, when you exiles your hand, it means that your opponent can't make you discard cards. Another thing I just thought of that I should mention is that if for example, you get your hand exiled by Bottled Cloister, and then your opponent makes you draw cards, because it says at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, let's go with the black and red guy first. So it goes to his turn, my hand gets exiled. He plays something that makes us draw cards. At the beginning of, we'll call it the Goblin Guy's deck, at the beginning of his turn, my hand gets exiled again, meaning that the cards that I drew on the last turn get exiled. That interaction will only ever happen in a multiplayer match. Obviously. But, if that were to frustrate somebody enough so that they want to make you draw cards and then immediately discard them, unless they have the mana to all do it on their own turn, they can't chain up with their partner to get both effects done. Now, honestly, outside of this particular deck, I have never been able to use Bottled Cloister effectively because there's just so many cards out there that you have access to that you'd like to be able to use. I mean, back in Ravnica, for example, I tried to use this in my red-white Boros deck. Because, one of the things is, it's, in that deck it was hard to get cards back in your hand. So I was trying to use this to get cards that I needed. The big problem that I had with it, though, was that, in red-white Boros, I had tons of burn spells, and they were all instants. And, without my hand being available, I wouldn't be able to respond. I wouldn't, if he played a creature that I needed dead now, or, I was waiting for him to declare his attacker so that I could kill a guy that, I needed to die so that I could block optimally. The Bottled Cloister pretty much screwed all of that interaction. And on top of that, it was 4 mana, and in that deck, 4 mana was better served by being able to play like 2 things at a time. So, just one of the failings of, deck building with the cards you had available. It's just one of those cards that came out of packs that I would get in Ravnica block. there was nothing I could do about it. You know, I didn't want to use Howling Mine. And, you know, after trial and error, I found out the Bottled Cloister wasn't a good fit for a white and red aggro burn deck. And the only home I've ever found for Bottled Cloister is this artifact deck. You know, it has some upsides, but its downsides are typically outweigh the upsides. Oh, huh. This is interesting. It's looking like the black and red deck is specifically built just to do damage to all opponents. And that's starting to show. It's starting to not be so well, not such a bad thing for them, is what I was trying to say. It's not looking good for us. What can my partner do? He really can't do a whole lot. So it's really going to come down to, well, you know, barring what he draws, but it's really going to come down to what I can throw down to start evening this out. I'll be able to draw 2 cards, so I'll have 6 cards to use. All my artifacts cost 1 less. I have 6 mana to work with. There are a lot of options that I have. It's just whether or not I'll have them. Or whether I'll have them fast enough, because this is getting disgusting. Dragon Tempest. Whenever... Oh! Brand new card! Whenever a creature with flying enters the battlefield under your control, it gains haste until the end of turn. Whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals X damage to target creature or player, where X is the number of dragons you control. Okay. Here's hoping for some good cards. If everyone would just let me get to my turn. Okay. So I have 7 mana available. Still have 7 mana available. Blinkmoth Urn costs 4. Staff of Nin costs 5. Steel Hellkite costs 5. Mirrorworks costs 4. So let's throw down the Hellkite for 4. And the reason why I untapped was I was thinking I had... Oh, yeah, I do have enough mana to sacrifice the Mind Stone to draw a card. And at least now I have a blocker. Don't have anything else that I can play. So, my partner got a land, which is kind of unfortunate. So he could play him for 4, which would suck, because he wouldn't be able to do anything else. but he really can't do a whole lot of anything. Other than that, I mean, he could throw down the spider. Or he could just do nothing. Tap target creature you control and target creature an opponent's choice he or she controls. So theoretically he could take away an attacker. But I don't think we're gonna live that long, to be honest. Yeah, there we go. 10 more damage. All his partner has to do is have damn near any burn spell. Or a dragon. Because if he throws down a dragon, it has haste and will deal 1 damage to us. I have to block the dragon. Now, theoretically in that situation, we could stay alive at 1 life if my partner used Arena. But we'd be at 1. And there's not a whole lot of options. Oh, Human Warrior. Okay, he does not have flying yet. Nor is he a dragon. But it is a very good card. Destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost X where controller is dealt. Whose controller was dealt combat damage? So, I punch him in the face for 5, pay 2 mana, and I blow up him, and that. Let's see. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to equipped creature instead. He'd have protection from all colors. So as long as it was a colored source of damage, he'd be immune. 2 mana, 4 mana, plus 3 to equip is 7, 8, 9. I don't have that. Throw down the Blink Moth Urn. And maybe I should have played Pariah's Shield and equipped it to the Steel Hellkite. But, you know, at 2 life, I don't really see how it's going to matter. So the only real hope is Etched Champion. I mean, at this point, you know, if we're gonna die, we're gonna die. I can't really do a whole lot to stop it. And quit thinking. Either you're gonna do something or you're not gonna do something. And hopefully the urn will help my partner out. And no, he got a land. Unfortunate. But he should be able to play some stuff. He's got 1, 2, 3 artifacts. So he could play Mechanist for 1 blue. And another thing I just realized is even if I had thrown down Pariah's Shield and equipped it, if the red-black player played the way he has been playing and played something that does to each opponent, it would only prevent the damage that would be dealt to me. My partner would still take damage, and being at 2 life, we'd die. And also, one of the cards that got exiled earlier, Blood Tithe, is loses life, which bypasses Pariah's Shield because it's not damage. Loss of life is not damage, but damage is loss of life. So we would have to get supremely lucky to not die on the red-black player's turn, and then on his partner's turn as well, because they literally just need a burn spell. The only ones that couldn't kill us are ones that most people don't play with in the first place. Hell, even a, what was it, Magma Spike? Was 1 red, and it deals 1 damage to target creature or player, and then it has a flashback of Sacrifice a Mountain. Even that could kill us right now. didn't have an artifact. Unfortunate. Or did he? Yeah, he did. Tormod's Crypt. I just wasn't paying any attention. Because I'm an idiot. So, are we lucky? Come on, guys, just auto-yield that thing. I thought I had auto-yielded to it already. Alright, does he have a burn spell? Yep, dead. GG. Well, honestly, it really wasn't that good of a game. But, you know, acting on assumptions based on previous matches got me killed. So, if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I will see you in the next video.